Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Turn the Page. I'm so glad that you guys are joining me. If this is the first time that you're actually seeing me out here, this is called TTP News or Turn the Page with Janine, depending on what channel that you're on. I'm also out on others. I'm streaming in other locations here. We're going to be able to show some of the things that you guys are saying out there tonight, but I've got a round table. I've got Buckshot is in the house, and Joey G17 and Fran is in the house. I'm going to bring them in a minute here. Just wanted to tell everybody thank you, first of all, for continuing to watch me. I appreciate each and every one of you. And we're going to be talking about the topic of U.S. aid, not from the perspective of all the stuff you've been hearing out on the show, but more so about how we feel about it. This is kind of like we're going to be sitting around a coffee table and just having a conversation with each one of them. Let me bring in everybody here. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Fran. I kind of caught you.
How you doing?
So if you guys just want to go around the table and introduce yourself for anyone that might be new out there, please do so.
Ladies first.
Go ahead, Fran. Introduce
yourself. I'm living in Florida, and I've been awake since about 2015. Lost all my money, woke me up, and been digging ever since. And then turned spiritual, actually. So in actuality, when it happened, I thought, oh, this is awful. But now I look at it as a plus. I really feel blessed that it did happen to me, because now I'm in the truther movement and I met people like you, and I'm just so much more awake than I have ever been because of people like you.
Well, we can't wait to hear. The topic is going to be U.S. aid, and boy, there's a lot of people standing up talking about it. Joey G, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Joey G17. 17 is the 17th letter of the alphabet, and you can count up to that. I won't even mention the letter, but I'm sure everybody knows by now. Anyways, I'm from Peabody, Mass. Originally born in Everett, Mass. Moved up to New Hampshire, kept my New Hampshire address. And how you doing, Stevie G? And I went down rabbit holes about a long time ago. I won't mention the years, but I really started waking up 2015. So we'll talk about it.
And of course, our one and only Buckshot.
Hi, everyone. Do I have to introduce myself? But I guess so. I'm Buck and Shot because my nickname is Buck and I'm shot in the head. So that's why Buckshot. I'm from Staten, Italy, New York, and let's just say I wasn't awake because I really didn't care. I was too busy partying from New York, having what I thought was fun, until you become a parent and you realize there's more to it than that, and straighten myself out, because it's all about the children, and we're here to make it better for them and kick some ass and take our planet back.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna start out. Thank you guys. Thank you for being here. I do appreciate you. I really do. So first thing I'm gonna do is just start out with, I think this is pretty much how the rest of America is feeling. And this is a very short video. It's an elderly American citizen who just seen the news about Elon Musk and the Doge, and how they're exposing the U.S. aid. So let's just take a listen. I hope you guys can hear it. And let me put it. I have to start this over here.
I want back.
1 second. Sorry about that. Turn up the sound. Anybody having problems hearing it? Please let me know.
I want back every goddamn tax dollar I ever paid in. Ever.
Okay, now this is her name is Piper Bell, and I think she's saying exactly what we've all been saying. this is so heartbreaking to know that this money was supposed to be in aid is not even what we think it is. It's a deception as usual. It's smoke and mirrors, and it was used internationally. It's all been money laundering. All the stupid things that they say that they labeled it as, we know is all bullshit. So who do I want to start with? Let's start with Buck. How do you feel about this, Buck?
Well, in a way, it's obviously it is very frustrating, right, and pissed off because we let it get out of hand and out of control because we were too busy with our lives, struggling to make ends meet, putting food on the table, raising a family. And the distractions there's always distractions. While look here, not there, the magician, right? And while we're struggling to make ends meet, they're stealing money out the side out the back pocket while we're bent over attending to our family. So it is. Now that we know, what are we going to do about it? I think obviously once I think we kind of need a plan, right? On how we can approach this because, right, we're on uncharted waters. And that's the most frustrating part because in a way we know white hats are in control, but give us some direction, right? I feel like they're not giving us enough direction as far as where I mean, and I do think we know, right, for the most part, but I think we need more nuggets as far as how we take our country back.
Yeah, Joey G, what do you want to say about this?
Well, this is just the beginning.
Mm.
That's what I'm going to say. This is just the beginning. I mean, I always told you guys, your tax dollars don't stay in this country, it out of state, and I was proven right again. But that's not just that's just not the financial tax. You're talking all your taxes, your property tax, your mortgages, everything. Everything is a fugazi. And it's all going to be exposed. This is only the beginning, guys. So, am I pissed off? No, not yet. You will be. You will be the next few audits. You'll be very upset.
Yeah, and
This is
Fran,
only
any
the
thoughts on that before I start reading some things out here? Just we're going to continue to talk about where some of the money went and some of your comments on it. And this is really going to be the only topic. But Fran, what do you think?
Well, I knew it was bad. As I mentioned earlier, I learned about the income tax way back that was one of the first things I learned. And about the straw man and all of that. And so when I see it coming out, I'm not surprised. But what I am surprised at is I did post a few things on Facebook about it, and no one even clicked on it. Not one person. Does that ever happen to you? It blows me away. They just don't care.
Yeah, no, they don't. Why should they care? Why should they care at all? So I'm just going to throw something out there that I saw within the last probably 24 hours is Doge says U.S. aid gave Chelsea Clinton $84 million and was supposed to go for the relief in Haiti. And line items show $3 million of the 84 was spent on her wedding and $10 million to purchase a luxury mansion. We paid for all these son of a guns.
When is the public going to get mad?
Usually when it comes to money in children is when they get mad, but I think they're getting mad now.
I hope so. I really hope so.
You hit the nail on the head on that one, Janine. And this is going to be tied to the Clinton Foundation and all these other foundations. It's really bad, guys. Whoever's out there, it's really bad. And what they're doing with the money now, FEMA's being exposed. Wait till you hear about the Red Cross. That's another one. We won't get into that tonight because that's a whole episode by itself. And I have videos of people opening cash the box cases. It says it has the Red Cross on it, and they open it up, and it's loads of cash, and that's from Haiti.
Yeah, so we don't. Oops. Is that my sound up loud? Anybody else got their volume turned up kind of loud? Just maybe turn it down a little bit, Fran. I think some was coming from you. All right. So yeah, we have to investigate all aspects of this government, right? And I think Joey, you started to tell me before we came on live. They're looking at the Pentagon. That is gonna just. You want to talk about that, Joey, a little bit?
Sure. What is
I
the
mean-
Pentagon up to? Anybody know out there? Have any ideas?
Say it again.
Maybe government contractors?
Blackout projects.
Like, yeah, there's a lot of that going on too. And I had a clip. They have a clip. I got to send it to you, and I'll get back to you. Okay, Janine?
Yeah.
Well, we already know about the Pentagon with the trillions missing the morning of 9/10,
That's right.
the morning before 9/11, and then of course, the next day the people that were investigating that missing money just happened to get hit by a plane, an aluminum tin can tube that just happened to wipe out the most secure building on the planet, and barely any video clips of it, except one that looks like a missile. But that's another story for another day.
Yeah, so I was watching a documentary earlier today, and actually it caught my eye. It was out on YouTube. It was the Titanic. Now, if any of you guys have been awake and you all know about the Titanic, and wherever there's tragedy, there's somebody trying to steal our money or do something to infiltrate our taxes, whatever it might be. But this particular documentary we've always heard about the survivors of the Titanic. No one ever talked about the ones that died on it. And it was almost, and this is a good inkling going all the way back to 1915, I believe it was. So they basically, if you don't know about the Titanic, we don't have time to go in there today, but just go and do your research on it and who was on that Titanic and who got off the Titanic before it took off. All the bankers. Just kind of follow my lead here, you guys. But what the strange thing was, it was on April 15th is when they sent out another ship to find all these lost bodies. They said they couldn't find the bodies. They didn't give a shit about the bodies that were out there. The guys that were tasked to do this job they went into shock. A lot of them went into shock and all this stuff. And then I was looking at the gravestones that they were putting up there. April 15th, 1915. What day do we have to pay our taxes on? And I made the connection
Wow.
to tonight. So April 14th is when it sunk, but April 15th is when they were burying all these dead bodies. And I think I wrote to Joey G, and I was just like, oh my God, just when I think you know it, you don't
Well, that's
know.
why your taxes. That's why your taxes have to be in by 11. It's their anniversary.
Let's take a look at it from a spiritual perspective, Fran. I'm going to throw this one to you. So they knew that this was going to happen. They declared April 15th as the death of all the people that were on that ship. And it's also the death of the ones that are alive paying the taxes. I mean, if you think about this is it's fucked up. It's all I can say. From
Don't you think that was one of the first flags that we could recognize?
Mm-hmm.
That was done intentionally.
Right.
Right. Don't you think that was one of the first flags?
It is one of the very first flags.
Yeah.
So what happened prior to 1915 was everybody was wealthy. There were actually poor people. There was three groupings. The rich, the poor, and then the middle, whatever the middle is called. Yes, and so they decided to close the gap a little bit more. The rich are going to remain rich, right? That's what this was all about. It was the 99% to the 1%. And they've had strategy for how many years of doing this shit to us?
Too long, Janine. Way too long. It's really sad when you think about it.
Actually started before that. Started 1871 when we became the corporation. Is what
That's right.
all this mess.
Hmm.
And if I do recall, Joey, I think that was the very first Nasera Gesera, because I went back in history and I found it.
Oh,
It hasn't changed much. Everyone keeps talking about like 1992 when Clinton came in, but it goes way back to that
Yeah,
time.
it was
They were-
way back. We had even Trump even said it too. We had so much money. You know what I mean? They were given land, like I said before. They were given land to, you know, to all the citizens. They were just giving it to them, and they had the deeds. And once we became this corporation, they took the deeds away from us.
they just didn't want us to grow. They don't want us to evolve. That's the whole thing. They
Well,
want
they
to keep.
want money, so they claim they own the land. Now you got to pay taxes on that land and everything else that comes with it. Shove it up your fucking ass. What I say. Hey, you know what? Only with the
So, Buck,
principles will people learn to change. We're not there yet.
so I'm going to throw this one to Buck. So the last 4 years, I believe, is where they've been doing all the research. A lot of people don't realize we have it all means that they had it all in the first administration of Trump. This 4 years is waking the people that think they're awake. We're gonna. What was the old saying? Is a lot of people weren't going to be able to handle the end or whatever it is. I can't remember the saying.
Right.
And
They,
I think
a lot
that
of people can't
And it's
handle
not
the
for
truth.
everyone.
There you go.
Right.
Not for-
yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. What are your
You know,
thoughts on that?
well, in a way, I feel like, you know, it's not for everyone because, you know, I feel like, you know, it's their understanding or, you know, their path, right? Their path, it's their path not to know. They don't want to know, right? You know, they want to keep their head in the sand. And luckily for most of us, you know, we want the truth. We know the truth. We don't want this anymore. And you know, it's up to us to change it, you know, because unfortunately not everyone is willing to change. You know, it takes something drastic for them to change. Sometimes it's up to us to be that, you know, that leader, you know. I never thought 4 years ago that I'd be on a show with Eugene or just being on a show in general. But you know, we got to be that lighthouse for other people and show them that, you know, it's up to us to take this torch that we've been given. Because technically, I mean, yeah, we can't do this on our own, right? But it also takes all of us to do it, not just, you know, it's not just Trump, right? Um, Trump is just one person. He needs his generals, right? And generals need their lieutenants and so on and so forth. And you know, without everyone, without working as a team, nothing gets accomplished.
I'm just going to show this quick video talking about being awakened and just get, you know, if this agrees with you or what have you, but I found it and I found it very interesting. Let me turn up the sound on my end to make sure the camera gets it. And here we go.
Let's look at unawakened versus awakened people. Here's a person who has a main external focus. They are caught up and driven and chasing external achievements such as success, money, relationships, body image, etc. The achievements of these tend to define their self-worth and their emotional experience. They are more prone to addictions and instant gratification feelings. There is a lack of awareness of their thoughts, emotions, and habits and how these create their life experience. They tend to be in the lower emotions of stress, yearning, anger, etc. And there is no desire for a self-development path or a spiritual path. They tend to poo-poo this stuff. And they tend to have a victim mindset. There might be a lot of blame towards others and the external world. So that just means that they are living from their lower self and ego. And over here is someone who is more awakened. They have a major internal focus. Yes, they can achieve success, money, love, body image, etc., but this does not define their self-worth. Their self-worth, their spiritual path, their happiness is defined first, and this is kind of secondary. They are healing their addictions due to this internal focus, and they have major awareness of their thoughts, emotions, and habits, and how these manifest the outcomes of their life. They are caught up in the higher emotions of joy, love, bliss, etc. And they do not suppress their painful emotions. They know how to kind of regulate them. And they have a huge intention for a spiritual and self-development path. They are attuned to their higher self and soul most of the time. Hope this video helps you guys. Let's look at unawakened versus awakened people.
Man, darn Janine. God. You know, that whole like left side, that whole unawakened was me 7 years ago before I started going to the recovery room and starting getting clean. You know, because I think September will be 7 years.
Whoa.
Awesome.
Or 8 years. Anyway, but yeah, it's like that whole thing was me, right? Not caring about this whole politics crap, right? It was more about dealing with escaping reality. And yeah, that whole awaken now is just
Well, I never cared about politics either until 2015 when Trump came down the elevator. I started paying attention.
mm,
And
Me too. First time I ever voted.
yeah, same here. I didn't care. You know what I mean? I always had a job. We were always drinking, playing darts. I was never home. You know what I mean? I thought, you know, hey. And then something just clicked. I'm like, holy shit, what the hell's going on here?
So I got a question for you, and actually the question came from Elon Musk. If you guys have any thoughts on this, and anybody could answer this, but why do you think USA gave 68+ million to the World Economic Forum? Anyone?
They're in bed together. I mean,
Because
we're paying. So, I'm sorry, Joe. Go ahead.
they run the country. That's why.
We pay with our own. If you think about it, we paid for our own demise without us even knowing.
yeah.
Because USAID paid for Soros and the WHO, who got all the jabadoos and all the AGs and judges that are in place right now. You know, Justin Castro up north from us. So yeah, I mean, we just pretty much the United States paid for everything. We paid for it. Bent over with no reach around.
Yeah. Wow.
And you don't move either.
So to end the wokeness, right? I think there's more and more coming out. Even as we're speaking, this stuff is happening. So all of a sudden, corporate people, Google, Target, all these different corporations are all of a sudden saying, "Oh, we're going to end our wokeness stuff. You know, we're going to jump on the Trump train." Now they're saying this, but we really got to take a look at who elected the FBI, who elected the IRS, CIA, FDA, DOJ, NIH, ATF, CDC, DOE, and WEF. There's more. There's even more than that.
Of course, there's always more.
Yeah.
That's the Chevron Defron right there.
That's right.
See ya.
They're all going. Bye-bye.
That's
Yep.
what all these audits are for. That's
They know.
So now that we're learning more, and we're going to find out so much more.
Mhm.
You know, everybody is saying, I don't want to pay my taxes. Why should I do that? They owe us. Give us the money back. Show us the money. I don't know how that it could be played out. I really don't. But
Show me the money.
It'd be like me. Say, fuck you, I'm not paying.
There was
You know what I mean?
last year that did a video just about that and said if we all stop paying, there's nothing they could do about it.
What are they
But
going to do?
Get
Put us
people
all in jail?
saying they're they're afraid. You know, I own a house with my sister. She made me pay the taxes on the house. She was like, "Oh no, you have to, or else she'd have a coronary." I mean, just like your husband, and she thinks she's awake, but she's not.
Yeah.
Yep, I know the feeling.
Yeah. When you have somebody, you know, that you're living with that's not awake, it's difficult. Really difficult, I know. That's why these shows are so important, Janine. They really are.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not going to get this from the mainstream media or even talk show radios. You know, I do listen to one in the morning on the AM channel. My friend Mark out there knows he's out there. The Cooner Report, really good guy. He's a constitutionalist. But his stories, I'm telling Mark, you know, all the stuff that he talks about is old news to me. There's nothing new there. You know what I mean? He might be exposing what I already knew a few years ago, but you know,
I feel the
yeah.
same way.
Yeah. And then if I talk to anybody about anything, they're like, well, where the hell did you get that information? Get the tinfoil hat off, you know, this and that. And everything I've been saying is coming true. And I'm running out of conspiracy
Your
theories.
source, right?
Right?
Source. Where's your source?
Yeah, where's your source?
Let me dig through my computers. I mean,
I got
Yeah.
the source.
I have it somewhere.
That documentation we kept was like 3 years ago, buddy. Okay,
Yeah.
we're like past that. We can't find that source anymore.
Right?
My God, when I used to mod for Jason, he used to give us so much to download. Who knows where everything is? I have 3 computers full of documentation, but ask me to find it. I don't know.
I'm unorganized. I can't find any of this shit.
Yeah, me too. It's bad. I
All right,
have,
I'm going to take a pause for the cause right now, and I just want to let everyone know it's so important to everybody actually look into this, no matter where you're at in the United States or maybe even another country. But there's been many changes to the dog vaccine in 2025. Dr. Jones, and you'll find this Dr. Jones on YouTube. I put it on my Telegram. I think Buck did, and I think everybody who's got a Telegram channel has shared this information. But you got to really listen to us because they're wanting to vax. They've got a new vax. It's called leptospirosis or something like that. It's a new vaccine that is not going to be good for your dogs. There's a lot of more side effects than actually helping. And I wanted to share this. This just came out from Dr. Jones in his Veterinary Secrets. Look him up on YouTube. And please take note of it. When you go to the vet, they're going to tell you about this. And you have to also know, depending on where you are in the United States, if you need to give your dog this. But they're saying the smaller dog's nervous system cannot handle it. So I just wanted to share that. And then we'll get back to our guest here. Go ahead.
Janine, one of my dogs had cancer and passed away of cancer. And that was when I was becoming awake. And a friend of mine who was like a mentor to me, I don't know if you know her, Ruby is her name, Ruby Burton. Anyway, I asked her about the dogs and the shots because I think I have it somewhere, 2012, 117 pages that Jason gave us claiming that all vaccines are bioweapons. And when I read that document, and my dog passed away of cancer, the first thing I did was call her and say, what about the dogs? And she said, they're the same, don't get them vaccinated. So it's not only this shot, she was saying it's the same as the humans. They're doing the same thing to the dogs, to the animals. So
be careful with that. Allegedly.
But if I could get away with not vaccinating the kids, right?
Fuck, you're doing really good. You can really see it when you're rolling your eyes, boy. It's like slot machine. Ding, ding.
That the fact that we even have to it's just
Yeah.
This is what
the world
right?
we live in still. Yeah, I think we're
freedom. Their freedom of speech.
Mm-hmm.
So that link I put out on YouTube, I'll try to get it out there later, but it's in the chat right now for those people that are concerned about it. My husband looked at me and goes, "You don't even take the dogs to the vet." Another thing is, if you go out to Dr. Jones out on YouTube, he's really stepping it up now. I think he feels he's got more freedom to speak. But all the corporations are running these veterinarians, more of the DEI bullshit. He said, if you can, search in your area for independent veterinarian. That's the only way that you'll get cheaper product, better service. Real, they're not pushing all the drugs, that type of thing. So I just wanted, that was so passionate for me this weekend. I kind of wanted to just add this into our chat tonight. All right. So, and the link is out on Rumble too. What's that?
Rizzo agrees.
Rizzo agrees. Was that Rizzo?
Oh, you heard him. Yeah.
Rizzo approves that message.
I gave him one regular shot one time, and he got aggressive with me, and I won't take him. It was a rabies shot.
Oof.
Really? Wow.
All right, so where are we at in our conversation, you guys? So we talked about the awakened ones. We talked about the DEI. And also, too, there's a lot of bullshit out there that they're saying Hollywood people were given a lot of money to take pictures with the Ukraine. That's all bullshit. I'm going to debunk that right now. Mm-hmm. I'm seeing so much out there where people are saying that, but no more. I do want to show this one picture while I've got you guys, and because I always ask a question when people say there's fringes on our flags. There's no fringes on the flags. Let me go the other way with you guys, and
there's 17 flags there. I had to push that.
Yeah,
there's 17
exactly. Somebody said how many, and there's 17 people in the chat right now on YouTube.
You believe it?
Joey D, 17.
Hey.
So cool.
Well, not only there's no fringes in the 17 flags. What's on the top of that?
They are silver, and I don't see any gold ones, but they're
spears.
Tip of the spear.
Tip of the spear.
Yeah.
And that's hand gestures. Spear.
Mm-hmm.
Magic 17. Yeah, but if you notice too, let me lower my music because not the music, my monitor.
And it's actually the Red White House.
Yeah, but when he was meeting Benjamin Yahoo and the other guy from Japan,
Yahoo.
Prime Minister Yahoo, he no flags. All his flags had no fringes on it. I pointed that out. That's a big deal. We're not a corporation anymore, people. That's why everything's getting reversed. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? The corporation got dissolved back in 2020, and we were working under the continuity of government.
Bankrupt the corporation.
Right. He bankrupted that in 2020.
When I talk about that, people have no idea what I'm talking about.
I used to have the court doc number, and I would show people.
Oh, okay.
I don't know where I have that. I got so many phones nowadays, and
That's what I'm saying. I had a notebook full of notes, but it's like, where the hell do I put it? You know what I mean? But you can start off with the Act of 1871 when you became a corporation. You can always bring that up too. Mm-hmm. They research.
You guys are missing something though. There's no maritime law.
Right. Well, that's the maritime law we're living in right now. You don't need a license to drive. You already have the right to freedom of travel. You have the right to travel. So all these fees they're sending you, it's the same thing as USAID. It's the same damn thing. All your taxes, everything you're paying.
Driver's license, right?
Yeah, marriage license,
car registration.
Yeah, it's all crazy, man.
The marriage rings that I don't wear.
Yeah.
Nothing here either.
That's all right, because better times are ahead. It's all getting wiped out, I believe, right? We've done enough research to know what's over that, know what's waiting for us as soon as we push that rock over that hill.
Mm-hmm.
Right. We're getting there, guys. I mean, come on, this is the second week. I mean, he did so much in 2 fucking weeks. Everybody's going crazy. 2 weeks. No, everybody's going fucking ballistic. And, Elon's
Did you
just
see the
getting
employee of the
started.
month? Did you all see the employee of the month yesterday? Standing
No.
outside the Board of
Big
Education.
balls. You're talking about big balls?
Who is it?
Yeah.
Oh, is that the one I sent to you guys? I sent
I
you
don't know
guys.
if that's the one.
Well,
I
yeah,
think so.
plus they're calling out. Big balls. He hired him back. He took him back.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that we can laugh, but we're still like sitting on the edge of our seat to see what the fuck else that they did to us. But more important than that, it's the derangement. They're all losing their shit, and I am loving this. I am loving it. I want them to keep screaming. I want them to get louder, and I want them to like. Who's that Maxine Waters, who's ever playing her, is doing a really good job, let me tell you.
Yeah, I'll tell you. I mean, it's that. Hey, that's what makes a great movie. Is a lot of good actors, and these people here, what actors they are. I'll tell
Central
you.
casting.
That's
Did you
it.
see Elizabeth Warren?
Central casting all the time, and I'm like saying that's Biden. Biden's fucking dead, guys. Come on, and
He's
everybody's
shot,
looking at me like three fucking heads. I'm like, how many times can he change his face, and you can see it like right there? You know what I mean?
We
Exactly,
are winning.
winning.
We are.
Like
Well,
like
look who's
Trump
at the
said.
bottom of this page here. It's Elon, and he's orchestrating them all.
Hello, Ree.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna get angry about it. I'm sitting, and I'm observing more and more. I mean, I've seen my husband get emotional about it. He sits there. He says that they used all this money for this and that. I said, they just have to stick a label on it. They money laundered it and put it back in their own pockets. You don't make $150,000 as in being in our government as either a senator or Congress or whatever the hell that you're doing, and then turn around and you have 45 million in the bank. It just doesn't happen. I work for corporate. I made a set salary, and I didn't walk away with more money. I mean, it's just it pisses me off that these banks out there are going after people, questioning what they got in their account. Where did they get it? I was questioned yesterday for giving my niece a gift. They wanted to know what the money was for. I wanted to say it's none of your damn business, but I didn't. But at the same time, do they actually have the money? If there was a bank run, they would not have the money.
Right.
No.
What about all the Medicare agency payment system? And that's all fraud. Doge Zades are working on that. Elon Musk basically is at the center of the Medicare and Medicaid services. This week it's going to happen if it hasn't happened already. What is that going to do? So, Joey, I'm going to throw this question to you. If they're finding out all this stuff, how long do you think it's going to be before they correct it? If the last 4 years they knew about it, and this year they're telling us about it.
Well, they knew about it before 4 years.
Pardon?
They knew that before the 4 years. They've known this for a long time. And this is a long time plan, too. This wasn't just done yesterday. They knew about all this.
Yeah.
Trump's been talking about saving kids back in 2012. He was posting on Twitter. You know what I mean? So, I mean.
Yeah. Let's talk about saving the kids in Greece. Why are there 200 earthquakes?
Right.
We don't need no damn Gene Deco to tell us this. We know that there was nothing.
No, we don't. There's plenty of dumbs out there. Dumbs are deep underground bases, and they're blowing them up. Tunnels and all this other stuff. But you have cities underground. All right, yeah. I'm crazy, right? Cities underground. They have them. And they've been there. They show you in movies. Come on, guys. Where do you think they get the ideas from? Movies.
Resident Evil ain't no joke.
Nope.
Right. And so we got Mel Gibson out there. He's another one that's playing a big role in there. But he's going beyond being an ambassador for Hollywood. He's basically letting you know there's no science that shows that vaccine causes autism, except he's got a whole bunch of published studies that show that they do. Yep. And it's all coming from sources like the NCBI. He's got tons and tons of it from the CDC. I'm just going to share this with you guys very, briefly, just so the people know that, this is coming out and this is being published. You can go find it yourself. You don't have to believe what we are telling you. These studies are out there and they've done it. They've known it. They've held the secret.
Trust the science. Trust the science.
Well, here's the thing. You disagree with the government, they're not going to pay you. So you have to agree with the government. So they're going to give you a narrative, and you're going to have a whole bunch of scientists saying, well, this is good for you, that's good for you. And like just like you said, the CDC, the FDA. Wait till you find out about the FDA. That's another one.
Well, let me ask you this. Who was the
Especially
first
the
one that
FDA.
started the USA? Do you guys know? Anybody? Anybody?
What
No.
was it?
All
I
right,
didn't
look
know.
at the screen.
That's
Ah,
what
you're kidding.
Obama
Wow.
Solar, Stanley Ann Durham, she's a consultant on the international development. 1979 to 1980. Joey, do you know if this USA goes back further than that? I don't think it did.
as far as I know, it didn't. From what I saw before, no, I don't think it did.
Wow.
No,
So
but
let
we did
people
have
know
other
that there
screens
has
before
been a
that.
plan. When Joey says that there's a plan, they've worked on this. The other side of it has
It
had,
says.
we, the white hats versus the deep state, have both had plans running. And
Yep.
thank God we won.
Yep.
That according to Google, right, which we already know who got them, and they usually lie.
Mhm.
November 3rd, 1961, it started. President Kennedy recognized the need to unite development into a single agency responsible for administering aid to foreign countries to promote social and economic development. November 3rd, 1961, USAID was born, and with it, the spirit of progress and innovation. Well, that wasn't a spirit of progress and innovation. So there was no progress or innovation in any of the last, what was that, 48, 60 something years?
Yeah.
63 years?
63 years. But now, excuse me, he was talking about getting rid of the government education also, and that
Who was
started back in 1950.
Right.
50?
And I don't remember her name, but she had a really good idea. She was an old school teacher, and I can't remember the name off the top of my head, and I forgot where I read that. But she was back in 1950. I think she was like a high school teacher, and she wanted to educate everybody the right way. And Rockefeller took over and dumbed down everybody, and that's how the government got into the freaking school system and all that shit.
Mary's here has a statement that I'm kind of laughing at it because let's see here. She says, wow, if they've known this in 79 and 80, they must have also had their fingers on what happened in New York in 2001. Now, granted, she's not from the United States. I
Okay,
think she's from
Oh,
Spain.
yeah, they sure did.
Mary's
Where's
in
she
Spain.
from?
But, oh,
Oh,
go
Spain.
for it. What do you think?
Yes.
Oh, she's right.
Of course. Absolutely.
And we probably funded it too.
Yeah,
I
but that's
bet.
gonna get exposed too. That of course that's gonna get exposed. It has to get exposed. Everything's gonna get exposed. I don't know when. You know what I mean? I'm not a fortune teller, but it's gonna be exposed. Everything's gonna be exposed for what this government did to us. And that's why I was saying before, Janine, we need a brand new government. In order to do that, you have to show everybody how corrupt it is and how corrupt all the system is. You're talking every single system you can think of is all corrupt. Your healthcare system, your judicial system, everything. Everything's going to be
Mhm.
done and over with. And we need a brand new government. We don't need all these people in DC. Nobody belongs in DC. They belong in the states where they're at.
Mhm.
I think they need to dismantle DC and call it Washington City. Get rid of all that other crap. I mean, leave some of the buildings there for history, whatever it might be.
Well, that's all going to be museums, Janine. They shut everything down back in 2020. All the buildings were shut down.
But are they there?
No,
You don't think so? Where are they?
no. When Biden took office, I think it was in Georgia.
That was
Um,
Georgia, but now where's Trump?
In the White
Uh,
House.
Trump is
Right.
possibly in DC. He's probably
Yeah.
back. But I'm talking about all the federal buildings. I mean, Edward Hoover, friggin' the FBI buildings, that's been shut down for a long time. They
Right.
moved.
You're right. And the IRS.
Yeah, it was, I mean, that place was a ghost town before Trump took back in office.
Yeah.
For the past 4 years.
Back in. You know, they
Yep.
did close it. I can't believe
Yeah,
it.
they closed all the federal buildings. Everything was closed. That's going to be all. Everything's going to change. I mean, the grand finale is everything's going to come down. You're talking about the monument. You're talking about the Statue of Liberty. You know what I mean? This is going to be like one big crescendo.
The 34 satanic buildings.
Yes, and that whole DC is all full of freaking satanic shit. It's got to be changed.
So we got
And
this.
the capital, that's not even the capital. The capital, I believe, is going to be back in Philadelphia where the Liberty Bell is.
That's what I heard.
That's what I believe. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. That
He's
would be
so
my guess.
So this Schumer guy, who I really every time I see him, I want to throw up like I see Hillary. But,
I don't know.
what
He's,
happened to you with the Wizards?
he's good.
he's
Wizards make
basically
me want to throw up too.
warning everyone the IRS is going to be next, and they should be.
That tells you everything you need to know.
There you go. And like I said, that's been shut down too. 2020. The IRS building, let me tell you, the IRS is out of, I said Puerto Rico. It's out of Puerto Rico. That's where the IRS is.
Mhm.
It's not even part of DC. It's not even part of federal government. That's what I've been saying. Why are you paying taxes to a non-entity of the government? They're not part of the government. It's privately owned.
Mhm.
They own the FBI too. Yeah,
So I'm
they
going to go
do.
back to the beginning of the week here. Why was the greenhouse? Why was the White House green?
Green means go, baby.
Mhm.
It means
Green
go.
means go. Yeah. Green means go. And all that talk about Gitmo and that happened, and now they're sending people over there. You did ring the bell, Joey. I told you. I told you. I think it's going to be in Philadelphia. That's going to be the new capital. But we need a new government also. So you gotta let the movie play out. Okay, I'm not going to give you the ending, but just enjoy the show. Okay, enjoy the show because I'm enjoying it. I got a lot of popcorn. So, like I said, where was I going with this? I forgot where I was going with this. Oh my god, where was I going with this? Go ahead, talk. I forgot my
We're
place.
talking about the new capital.
Yeah,
The new capital is going to be.
and the new government that we're gonna have to have.
Yeah, the new government. We got to get rid of the old government before we get a new one.
Right.
You know,
So we're only seeing the tip of the iceberg in the 2 weeks, you guys. 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
And so the corruption that we haven't seen yet is going to be surfacing real soon. And wow, it is great. We've heard a lot of people say it's a great time to be alive. Now I can actually say, hell yeah, I just wish I was younger. I can get out there and do a hell of a lot more.
Give it a
Yeah.
couple of years.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait, because you
Wait a
will.
couple of years, Janine. Forget about it.
That's right. We got plenty of time. Don't worry, but you ain't going nowhere. Forget it. When they bring those med beds out and we're 30 years younger, I'll be psyched. I'm pumped.
You want to know something? I'm hearing more. I've poo-pooed med beds, and everyone knows who's followed me. I've always was a naysayer against it, but I saw Vincent Kennedy or somebody out there talking about it. I was like, wait a second.
Mhm.
So I'm going to wait and see. I'm just going to wait and see.
There's videos of Trump back. I forget where it was in 2016 with him with technology.
Yes.
I can't
Yes,
remember where it
it's
was.
the same thing. Yep.
I can't remember where it was, but if you just look it up,
Mhm.
I had
You'll
that
be able
picture
to find
too. I had it all. It was in my old phone, and then my old phone got screwed up, and not everything got turned over with my new phone. And I was like, what the hell? And I don't know if I still have that in here. I'll have to look in my archives, and if next meeting, next time we have a podcast together, I'll see if I can find it for you. I know what you're talking about, Buck, because I had that technology. I know what you're talking about. There's a certain. It looked like a. What do you want to call those things?
There
Yes,
you go.
right there.
MRI.
There you go. It looked like an MRI, but it's not. It was a full med bed. It's beautiful.
It's
Awesome.
in This is in Spanish, but because I just pulled it up the quickest that I got it, and as you can see, there's
Yep.
Trump
Mm-hmm.
in one of the new bed those whatever.
It's coming.
Jared talks about them a lot,
Yeah.
and I listen to him.
I just need something to help me lose some weight. All right.
Me too.
Hey, I do too. I went to the doctors yesterday. I went to the cardiologist. I got cleared for lifting and everything else. She says you gained 15 pounds. You quit smoking, right? I says, yeah. She goes, well, that's probably why. But I was like, I gotta hit the gym, man. Jesus.
Yeah.
Another 15 pounds. I was like, damn.
That's why I joined activities. All right, so I want to talk a little bit about tariffs, and I think this guy here explains it a lot. A lot of people, and the reason why I'm showing this is people don't understand what tariffs are. They're kind of, how do I say this? It's almost like they're ass backwards in their thinking. So let's just take a listen. Let me know if you cannot hear this.
Hey, you liberal fruitcakes. See a lot of you crying over tariffs, saying it's going to destroy the economy. Want to look at trade economics? First, a tariff is a tax imposed on a country's imported goods and services. The United States only imports 15% of goods and services internationally. The rest is domestic. Now, a lot of you are concerned about what's happening with Canada and Mexico. Well, you remember that 15% I talked about? Canada and Mexico only produce 5% of that. That means between both of them, they only produce 5% of the United States GDP. So guess what? This trade war is going to turn both of those places into a third world country, although Mexico already is one. Now, the reality is we don't want that. But the United States is tired of being taken advantage of by the countries who are refusing to pay their fair share. And we all know you guys want fair share, and tariffs are a way of achieving that. Now, let's look at Canada. 20% of the GDP of Canada comes from the United States trade agreements, and 75% of their trade happens with the United States. Now, that means if prices go up because of imported goods from Canada, Americans are going to refuse to buy them, meaning Canada's not going to make any money, and it's worth 75% of their trade. That's detrimental to their economy. Mexico doesn't even remotely have a leg to stand on, with 40% of their GDP tied into American export. Now, I know you're going to say that Canada's threatened to turn off power to Americans. Well, we'll just raise the tariff. They're not going to turn it off. Do you know why? Because Canada's utilities is $55 billion in debt, which means they can't afford to turn off the United States' power. Now, you're going to say that other countries are going to stop trading with America. Well, they only make up 10% of the GDP of the United States. And we'll just pull funding from NATO, because we fund 75% of that, which means all of them would have to cut their social services, like Canada paying reparations rather than investing in their own military, which they didn't. They spent more money on social services than investing in their own military. The reality is tariffs are good when coupled with tax cuts for the United States. Yes, it will be inflationary. The numbers that we're seeing are about 0.5%. But coupled with the elimination of income tax, it would be negligible to the United States. So stop crying. Tariffs provide leverage, and America is going to put America first. We're going to be fine. Stop your fear mode. If you like my content, please like, share, and follow. Have a good day.
Yeah, we got some people out there letting us know us right wingers don't know how tariffs work. You vote against your own best interests.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yep. Well, this country used to run on tariffs before the corporation. Trump even said that too. It was 1861. We were so rich. You know
That's
what I
right.
mean?
What made us rich.
That's right. And we'll be rich again.
Did you see the executive order that Trump did on the wealth management this week?
I read part of it. I didn't read the whole thing.
Yes, I've got a video.
Oh, you do? Play it. Play it, Maestro.
Promises us to be abundant country.
Yeah.
Mhm. Very cool. That I was showing to everyone because I still believe the RV is going to happen, and my family's sick of me saying it.
Let me just show this. I think Buck was talking about this earlier.
Yep,
this
the tip of
Buck?
the spear. That's right.
Tip of the spear.
Tip of the spear.
He was also making he was also
Hey,
making a symbol
Hey, you
for
guys, blood makes you related, loyalty makes you family.
Mhm.
That's true.
Yeah,
the Italian way.
that is the way I live. Yeah.
I had that video up here and I second guessed myself and I said I won't play it, but I've got it here, so I'll play it in a second. What are we talking about here? Oh yeah, so the FBI has provided the U.S. Justice Department with the names of 5,000 employees involved in the January 6 cases.
Mm.
Okay, let's see. I've got the
Of the
video.
Treasury, Scott.
Let me start it from the beginning. And
So are they
Believe it.
ratting on each other?
yeah,
Yeah.
That's what always happens. No loyalty amongst thieves.
Your Secretary of the Treasury, Scott Bessent, and your Secretary of Commerce, Howard Lutnick, to begin a process that will hopefully result in the creation of an American sovereign wealth fund.
Mhm.
It's a very exciting event. We're going to have a sovereign wealth fund, which we've never had. We have a lot of things that create wealth, and you've seen that over the last 2 weeks. I think we've created more wealth. Other people have created de-wealth. The people, my predecessors, we're creating a lot of wealth. Scott, maybe you'd like to say something about it, and I'd ask also Howard to say something about it.
Yes, sir, this is very exciting. We're going to stand this thing up within the next 12 months. We're going to monetize the asset side of the U.S. balance sheet for the American people. We're going to put the assets to work. And I think it's going to be very exciting. We're going to study best practices as done around the world. It'll be a combination of liquid assets that we have in this country as we work to bring them out for the American people.
The extraordinary size and scale of the U.S. government and the business it does with companies should create value for American citizens. If
whoa.
we are going to buy 2 billion COVID vaccines, maybe we should have some warranties, some equity in these companies, and have that grow for the help of the American people. So I bring all these things together. I think Scott and I will create an amazing sovereign wealth fund for you, sir. So other countries have sovereign wealth funds, and they're much smaller countries, and they're not the United States. We have tremendous potential in this country, tremendous. You're seeing that's what's happened just in a short period of time. And as an example, TikTok, we're going to be doing something perhaps with TikTok, and perhaps not. If we make the right deal, we'll do it. Otherwise, we won't. But I have the right to do that. And we might put that in the sovereign wealth fund, whatever we make, or if we do a partnership with very wealthy people, a lot of people in the fund, and we have a lot of other things that we could put in the fund. And I think in a short period of time, we'd have one of the biggest funds. And some of them are pretty large. I must tell you, some of the Saudi Arabia fund is on the large side, but eventually we'll catch it. But we're going to create a lot of wealth for the fund. And I think it's about time that this country had a sovereign wealth fund. And these two gentlemen and some others are going to work with them very closely, and they'll be heading it up, and they're going to do a great job.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
I lost my camera, but go for it, Joey. Say something.
Something.
I'm gonna go out and come back.
Okay, no worries. Well, yeah. This is
Yeah.
going to be a lot of winning, guys. This is going to be a lot of winning. I can't.
Speaking of that, let me share my screen for a moment. Since we're
Sure.
waiting for Janine to come back.
Mhm.
Let me make sure I got audio on.
Here she is.
Yeah, you know, it always happens when I'm on YouTube.
All right.
All right. Well, we're at the hour mark. I enjoyed doing this with you guys. Can you hear me?
Yeah, absolutely. I
Do
hear
you
you.
guys want to? You
Guys,
guys
stop
want to do this?
staring then.
Do you want to do this panel every Saturday?
Yeah.
That's fine with me.
All
That sounds good to me. Sure.
right. Well,
Yeah. Can I hear you?
yeah, I was trying to share something, but
Oh, I think Janine has to let you.
I have to see it down below.
okay. Hold on.
If you guys enjoyed watching us, 4 Italians,
You see it?
I see it.
4 Ginzos.
Let me know when you're ready.
All right, guys. Go for it.
All right, go for it, Buck.
All right.
You're going to be so proud of your country if I get in. You're going to be so proud of your president, and I don't care about that. But you are going to be so proud of your country because we're going to turn it around and we're going to start winning again. We're going to win so much. We're going to win at every level. We're going to win economically. We're going to win with the economy. We're going to win with military. We're going to win with healthcare and for our veterans. We're going to win with every single facet. We're going to win so much. You may even get tired of winning and you'll say, please, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep winning. We have to win more. We're going to win more. We're going to win so much. You're going to be so proud of your country if I get in. You're going to be so proud of your president.
I am
You're
proud.
winning.
So proud of him. So proud to be part of this. Makes you feel really, really good. Like we should be feeling for America.
Yeah, I mean, this is the way that I always thought about humanity and people and compassion and being kind. I've always had this as a part of me and couldn't figure out why the rest of the world, well, the rest of the sheep at that point, they were sheeps. They follow the corruption, they follow the lying, they follow all that other stuff. And that's just like we had a couple of trolls in here tonight are basically saying, you people will believe anything that you're told. Those are the ones that hate. They hate life, they hate humanity, and those are the ones that are out there crying, right? Like the Democrats
Yes.
are.
Yes.
They would not know joy if it hit him in the face.
See, the difference between them and us is they said you believe everything you're being told. The difference is we're being told, but then we're doing the research and verifying it, not just between one person, between multiple people,
That's right.
multiple avenues, multiple websites, where this person says, hey, believe everything you're told. They're the people that believe everything they're being told. That's the difference.
And
That
I don't
is
like
the
being
difference.
called a
The
right winger because I'm not a right winger. I'm a liberal. I believe in liberty, the real way, not what the left and the right say. The right's more fucking the right side. The Republicans are more fucking corrupt than the Democrats.
They're all corrupt. They're all corrupt.
You know what I'm saying? There is no left and right. Hey, wake the fuck up. I've been talking about this for 5 fucking years. There's no left and right.
There is
We're
none.
on the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
It's called the establishment. Wake up, you fucking sheeple.
That's,
Jeez.
and that's the problem. They're the people that continue to keep us in these categories are the
Yeah.
problem.
They have no idea what the hell we're talking about.
They want to keep dividing us. Not good.
Right.
I heard you're going to get rid of the both and just go to one.
That's what I've been saying. That's what I've been saying. And even that's a Kim Clement
Council instead of a party.
sick of the right. I'm so sick of the left. Now a new party shall form.
Yeah.
That's
Well-
that's a Kim Clement prophecy. I have it somewhere, and I'm not going to dig it up right now. I'm just talking. Yep, that's the
We
prophecy.
can unite and then hopefully
Let's-
all agree.
we will unite, and one thing is going to unite us, and Janine knows
Kids.
that, right, Janine?
The children. Mhm,
That's right.
Yeah,
mhm.
that's
That's
why I
right.
got in.
That
That's why I
hasn't been
got into
exposed
this.
yet. That has not been exposed. It's coming, and it's going to take a while for that to come out because that's going to, a lot of people are going to get sick off of that.
Well, you really think they're going to tell us everything? I don't think so. I don't. Yeah.
Not everything, not everything, not
I mean,
everything.
who wants to know everything? I'm
they're
sorry, I
not-
saw things. You know.
the
Yeah,
most
I don't feel like
important
puking
thing is
in no bucket.
Yeah.
no, they
But
keep,
I think some of
not
it.
all will be revealed. A lot's
Yeah.
gonna be revealed. I should
Mm.
rephrase that because some of it just can't come out. You won't have
Oh,
faith.
it's too rough. Yeah, it's too
Oh
rough.
yeah, it's bad.
Mhm.
It's real bad.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
I
we don't
want
want to, bring down our vibrations because then we're never going to get out of here.
to. Right. Well, that's why everything's coming out like this, and everybody's getting a higher vibration out of it.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I seem like I'm more sensitive, more emotional lately.
Yeah.
I when I see something of such kindness, somebody going out of their way to help anybody out there, it brings tears to my eyes.
Yeah. I've calmed down so much in the past 8 years. I really did. I calmed myself down a lot, and it took a lot for me to calm down. But now it's like, I'm more humble than I ever was before. It takes a lot to piss me off now. Believe it or not, takes a lot.
I'm gonna read a few statements out there from either YouTube or Rumble. But Andy369 says, "Fix voting probes, show that corruption." So they want to know, why hasn't that not come about?
Wait a minute. That's what Pam Bondi's there for, guys. Don't you watch the hearings? She even said it. Adam Shifty Shift. Adam Shifty. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Adam Shifty Shift.
That
I had that up somewhere. And he's saying, "Oh, didn't Biden win the 2020 election?" She goes, "I'm glad you brought that up because I was in Pennsylvania and I saw it," and he shut her up.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He didn't want to know that.
No.
And I told you before, guys, 2020 is not over yet. And she even said it's still under investigation. She even said it right there at the hearing. She said it right to Adam Schiff. It's got to be at the right time.
Yeah,
timing's everything.
We cannot shut out these hearings. Me and my husband, we're watching them all the time, and he's like, "Hey, RFK is on, or someone else is on," and we're running to a TV in the house to watch it. We still watch TV. We don't have tablets.
I was in work, and I had it on I had it on my phone, and I had my headphones on, and then I was driving around with dirt on my back and just listening to the whole hearing. I love my job. I don't want to change it. You know what I mean? Because I can sit there and listen to podcasts, and I can watch live hearings and everything else. Oh boy. Yeah, 2020, it's not over yet.
Well, let's next Saturday, let's talk about everyone that's been certified and it's finally sworn in. I think there's still a couple of votes out there. Let's talk about that and help connect the dots for everyone. I'm sure.
Well, we got
a
the
lot
Super
of people
Bowl
that are
tomorrow.
waking up. Let's talk about it, because when somebody says, "How come they're not talking about the voting and the corruption and all that?" Well, we got to get the right players in the right pieces, right? The right chess moves, I guess. Right, Buck?
Yep.
Well, wait a minute. More is going to get exposed on this, guys. I don't know when this is going to come out. Okay, maybe 3-4 months, maybe. This, like I said, this is only the second week that Trump's been in office, and these people didn't even really get started yet. I mean, Pam Bondi is, and Christy Gnomes out in. She was out in Gitmo for the first day. What did they take out? 30,000 people into Gitmo.
Hey, Buck, I like your shirt.
Oh yeah. Turn the page. And
I need one of those.
I've only got a few sizes left. If I have the biggest size I have is a 2XL. If I got one, I'll send it to you.
That's me.
I'll send you whatever size you can give it to somebody.
I wear a 2X. That's me. That's perfect.
Nancy, what size are you, Fran?
I would wear a 2X, but I'd wear it over my leggings. So I like, yeah,
There you
because I like
go.
to cover, you know,
I gotta customize that though.
The bunda. You like to
cover
cover the
my, you
bunda?
know, private.
The bunda.
I always wear leggings. I don't wear jeans anymore.
You
Yeah.
guys keep liking those channels. I'll keep making the t-shirts and we'll start giving them away to the people out in the chats. And
Let's see.
we'll make them more current. This is
Like, share, and subscribe.
last fall's model.
I like that
Yep.
though.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah. So I was saying the Super Bowl's tomorrow, and there's a big thing about the Super Bowl. Trump's going to be there tomorrow, and that's
Tell us
one of
about that. Joey, what's your thoughts on that?
if you want, I'll share the screen real quick, and I can read it to you. Because that it
Oh,
one of the drops was saying "Sum of all fears," and that came out a few times,
mm,
and now it's about a nuclear bomb at a Super Bowl game. It was in Baltimore, but this year it's in New Orleans, and that was the first marker on the 1st of January when that driver hit a crowd of people from Camp David. Remember that? That was the beginning of the year. And it also said about the dot player that was 17 years old, and it was 17 days before Trump got inaugurated, and his name was Luke the Nuke. So I'm putting this together. Nobody else put that one together. But now we got the drop 2843, and it says the fun begins directly after we will make the Super Bowl look like a puppy show.
that's what I heard. Mhm.
Yes. So I don't know if anything's going to happen tomorrow or it could be this
No.
week, but
They won't.
no.
They gotta catch those pedals first.
Yeah.
Well, they already
Okay.
caught him. That's the thing. They already caught him. So I don't know how this can play out. But we need a scare event to wake everybody up. You know, another 9/11 is going to happen.
Yes. You mean there's not going to be a war, but they say there's going to be a scare event, like we're going
right.
to war.
That's right. And they're talking about Iran denuclearizing Iran.
Right.
So you know what I mean? It's going to be a scare event. It has to be. It has to be a false flag. And as a matter of fact, that was another one of my drops that I had written here. Let me see if I can find that real quick. I have my
Bush
notes.
said that many a times. Did
Yeah.
you ever follow him? Yeah. He said
Yeah.
that many years. Although I don't follow him anymore, but
Did you find it, Joey? If not, I want to read another posting out there on Rumble.
No, you can read it, honey. Go ahead.
Yeah. So basically, Denise is out there talking about Elon bought $40 million in ads for the Super Bowl. You know, this is good. It says Elon bought 5 advertising spots for $40 million to get his winnings out to the masses. So excited to see those ads.
Yeah.
How long have we been hearing about the Super Bowl will look like the Puppy Bowl? That's been a long time, hasn't it, Buck?
That was. I just had that picture. So hold on 1 second. I'll find it for you. I just had it on my screen. 2 seconds. Oh shit! I lost it. All right, never mind. All right. On February 15th of 2019, it says, "Be alert the next 10 days. False flag attempts may be carried out in an attempt to change narrative from the negative optics against them, the deep state Democrats. Highly possible or multiple. A high possibility of multiple day coverage event for pausing on the news. See something, say something. Now that's interesting too. See something, say something, because Christy Noem said back in was it last? I think it was Wednesday. She said, "See something, say something," and that popped up right on my screen also on the drop. So we also have now. I've been talking about Stormy Joe Patriot, Stormy Patriot Joe, one of the two. He's been talking about missiles and planes, missiles and planes. I was watching him last night, and he said that Vance is going to somewhere, and I don't remember. He's going on the 15th, but he's going to be on a plane. So I don't know what's going to happen. It doesn't necessarily have to be tomorrow, but it does say directly after we're going to make the Super Bowl look like a puppy show. So just be.
Well, Denise is saying that the puppy bowl is a reference to the child trafficking, if you will. So in Superb Owl, it's the largest one. Maybe they'll I don't know how they're going to blend into football and that. I'm hoping that at halftime we don't have to see all that satanic stuff. Hopefully that'll be gone.
Well, I usually go upstairs and have a few shots with my friends, and we'll eat during the. I don't even watch the halftime show.
Well, we used to watch it. The big parties that I used to go to back in the day was you would go there for the commercials, right? Everyone's having a really good time.
I used to love the commercials.
Yeah, and, especially Budweiser always had the best one. Now look what happened to them. But we can't always go backwards. But going forward, I think my husband's all hyped up. He's already telling us what we're making. And I'm like, what football game?
I always look forward to the Super Bowl. Me and my friends, we have a pool going, and a lot. Everybody brings food, so we have plenty of food. It's crazy. It's a really good time. I do enjoy it because I'm with my friends. Then you know what I mean. That's what makes it fun. And I'm always talking about conspiracy theories, but tomorrow I can actually say, I'm running out of them, buddy.
Do you think maybe they'll show some of the trafficking that they'll afterwards that they found out?
Super Bowl is a family deal. You're showing this to adults and children and everything else. That just seems kind of.
I don't see that happening.
Afterwards, you don't think they'll say we discovered so and so, or
maybe
possible that it might be possible
after the fact, not go into detail, of course, but
yeah, everything's possible. But this is the very first time that a sitting president is sitting in the. Oh, really? No kidding. This is the first sitting president that's ever going to a Super Bowl game. So this is going to be interesting because that's the sum of all fears right there. And he's always playing Nostradamus. That's, you know what I mean? So I end up liking that song too. I'm like, okay, who's going now? You know what I mean? Because they're always the day after or the 2 days after somebody passes. So that's why he plays it. So you got to pay attention to that one.
Yeah, Denise is out there saying she remembers the Budweiser frog commercials. Maybe they'll bring back Peppy the Frog. You guys remember that one?
Bring him back. We named my dot team after that. The French Club Frogs is what we were right after that commercial came out. And they were trying to think of a name for the dot team. I'm like, I don't know. And one of my friends was like, hey, we'll name it the French Club Frogs. I'm like, okay, that sounds good. So we had frogs everywhere. And my friend used to work at the Ground Round. And he always got the stuffed animals. Yeah, exactly. He always got the stuffed animals. So we had the whole place set up with frogs everywhere. It was crazy. All Budweiser frogs. It was crazy. Who knew that I'd be still calling a frog right now?
So next Saturday, if you guys will just take the mental notes, either from Super Bowl, I'll be watching it with my husband, and I know Joey's you will be watching it, and anything else in between, because we're only going on. This is the third week, so we're going on to the 1 month, right? Yep. People are making comments that if Trump does everything he needs to do in 100 days, he might just say, "All right, everybody, I'm going to go play golf from now on, and I'm done," and turn it over. People are talking like that out there.
Well, don't forget. Don't forget, we got the State of the Union too coming up, and that's next month, the 4th, March 4th. So this month is going to be fucking nuts. And you're talking about March Madness. That was in the drop too about March Madness. We haven't had a March Madness yet, and the way this administration is starting out, this is 2 weeks, and it's like, holy shit, this guy's on a roll. I can't wait to see what he does next.
I think Buck's birthday is next Saturday, right, Buck?
Next Wednesday.
Will you be joining us next Saturday?
I don't know. Probably.
The 15th?
I don't know. I don't know if there's anything planned. We usually don't do anything. I mean, maybe.
Well, come in
I'll
and say
tell my
hi.
husband to make a cake for you. and
Well,
we'll
she
just-
she usually gets me a cake, but we don't really go out or anything. But she usually buys me a cake, and
Well, what I'll do is I'll buy a cake. I'll buy a rum cake, and I'll bring it over, and we'll all have cake together. So you
all
guys
right.
can have cake too. We can have cake together, coffee and cake,
Oh, my favorite.
right? And
Yeah.
I love rum cake.
Oh,
Yeah, my dad loves the rum bombas.
Yeah.
Yeah, the rum balls.
Oh, yeah. Yum, yum, yum.
All right, you guys, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. And we're going to try this again next week. This was fun. I had a lot of fun.
We
Me
still got
too.
another half hour.
Yeah. Yeah, Joey, thank you. You guys keep notes for all week long or send me some links. I'll try to get them together via email. If you send them to me in a text, I don't do very well with trying to transfer them over to share them on my computer. But thank you, everybody out on Rumble. I appreciate it. With 57 Ford is out there. We got, who else? We got Denise is out there. I missed a lot of people. I just want to say hello to all of you guys out there. And Andy 369, hello. And Zuvek is out there.
Say hi to
Okay.
everybody on Rumble for me because I can't open it. So it's not that I ignore you guys. I just can't open Rumble because my laptop will bog way down.
Yeah,
Make
a
it
lot
issue.
of people were saying they're getting kicked off of Rumble, so Rumble sucks.
Serious.
I do want to say thank you to Lori. She's our moderator, and I know that she got rid of a couple trolls out there. Thank you for helping us tonight, Lori.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, everybody. Thank you. Have a good evening. Have a good rest of the weekend, and we'll see you next time we see you, and not before then. Bye now.
Love you all.
Um,
Let's go.